Hello and welcome. Today we've got 8 faulty Makita batteries. I've already taken a voltage check coming out the top of the batteries. This is what I got for each battery. What I'm going to do today is pick a few of them to try and repair, because judging by the voltages, there's 12.92, 13.2 and 15 there, the highest values there. The rest of them seem exceedingly low. There's no way of telling fully to get them open, well, if they'll be able to be fixed or not, but these are the ones I'm selecting out of the 8. Let's see, that's 2, 5 and 8. So we'll put the rest away and try and deal with these 3. So selecting the highest voltage first, we'll put these to the side. We're going to go for number 2, it's 15.13. So the first step, we've already checked the voltage, 15.13 coming out the top. The next step is to get this thing open. And there's 4 T10 Torx screws down the centre. But with these batteries, I think this battery's actually a faulty, or it's actually a knockoff, or it's been opened before, because it's been opened before, because there's usually a little cap down one of the screw holes to stop me getting access to it, stop guys like me getting in there. And let's see. I don't like any ooze inside a battery, it's always a bad sign, but there's ooze in here. That's not good. We don't want anything, any sort of liquid of any sort. When we open a battery, we like nice, dry. As little rust as possible, but you know, rust's better than damp. Sticky as hell. Don't like that. But anyway, what I like and what I get sometimes is 2 different things. So since we have this battery open now, what we're going to do is going to check the voltage into the individual banks of cells. What I mean by a bank of cells is 2 cells in these 10 cell packs that are connected together in parallel, and then connected to the other pairs in series. So when you're checking one, for example, you're checking like that one there, you get 3.27. That's for the 2 cells together. And you reverse the probes, and you get 207 there, and we get 3.26 there, and we've got 3.26, and we've got 3.26. So if we go back to this one, what we have is we have cell imbalance. We have a bank of cells that's reading too low. That's 2.07 volts as opposed to 3.27, and the rest, that's quite easily repairable. To be quite honest with you, I just have to go to this bank of cells. Well, put a wee mark on it with the marker. That's the one that's problematic. So what we're doing is we're going to take a wee charger I have called the Lipro B6 charger, and we're going to bring the voltage up to match the rest. Right, so here we are, we've got the balance charger, 1.9 amps, we'll put that up to maybe 2.6 or 5 or something, and we'll put that to 1S. And what I'm doing there is, the 1S is the 1 series, the 1 bank of cells in series, if you remember. So I'm only charging this one with the X on it. So what I'm doing is, I'm putting the negative on here. This is the negative side. I'm putting the positive on here. It's the positive side. Try not to cross connect any of the other banks of cells in the wrong place, because you get a spark. You don't really want that. But what I do now is I have that set properly, and I'm going to check it here, and we're getting a good enough connection. You can see it's bringing up the voltage, and we want to go to 3.27 or something. And why this wouldn't charge in the charger, the They have a cut-off point that the technology in the battery recognizes and transmits to the charger that this cell is too low, it's below chargeable voltage, don't charge it. And 2.5 and a Samsung 25R, for example, is considered the cut-off point, but it varies sometimes. We will try that one very, very soon here. Let's see. I might try her now. I'll stop her here now. I'll stop her here now and disconnect and take this away and see how close we are to having a. We're there. 3.28. That's near enough perfect. That's near enough perfect. You can connect the probes in the B6 charger with magnets, but if you don't have magnets, you could do what I did, pry that up a wee bit, but you'll have to level it down or it won't go into the pack properly. So what we'll do is we'll put this together and see if the charger will recognize it then, because that might be a fix. We'll see. I'm not bothered putting the screws back into it, and just in case we have to do some more to it, but we'll try it in the charger here now to see if we get it recognised. No, it's showing a fault. Right, so next thing, we'll go back to the B6 charger again. The voltage might be too low for the charger to recognise it, so we'll do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up the voltage of the whole pack, and we have to get the orientation right. We'll go on with the terminals we measured out first. This is the negative and this is the positive. Okay, and to charge that we need to change the settings on the little B6 charger to 5S, 5 series, 5 banks of 2, you know. So we'll hit her now to see if we can bring her up a bit. I'll bring this up to maybe just over 17 volts or something to see if it will take a charge then. That's probably going to take a wee bit of time. There, I'm going to take it up here now. It's 1777 volts, and it's been charging for over 3 minutes. This is the alternative, or one of the alternatives to the jump start, where you connect it to another battery to bring the voltage up. I no longer really do that because I find this is safer, doesn't overheat the cells, doesn't pop the cells if they're vulnerable. If you have cells that are half gone, they're more likely to heat up. So 17.92, we're going to stop her now, and we're going to do an overall voltage check with the multimeter just to see where we're at. Here we go. And yeah, plus and minus is here. We've got 17.45. That should be plenty good to charge. That's chargeable voltage, put it like that. We're going to try in the charger again, and if it doesn't charge, we have one last resort. No, she's not going to charge. And this is the reason I didn't put the screws back in. The one last resort we have to recover this battery is replacing the PCB. There is guys online that have a computer program for resetting them. I don't have that, so what I do is I replace the board. Pure and simple. The boards I get are not the same, not fully the same. It's a more modern board, really. It fits well enough. In this case, everything's where it should be. It's got a battery indicator that is not, there is no slot for in this old battery, but you know, that's not a problem. It's just a matter of taking out the screws, desoldering the board, and soldering this one back on. So it's pretty easy. want to do that. What happened there is I just cross-connected one of the terminals with another one. It doesn't really matter if it damages board because it's coming off anyway. Right, we're ready for the new board, but see, this terminal has broke off because we sparked it earlier on. That's the only casualty of that. So we need to make a little terminal to fit in there, to fit here. It's only going to take a little bit of nickel strip, so it's not the end of the world. Solder that on. There we are. And back to the board again. Going on the battery. This one's tricky. That's looking good. There we are. That's got a good hold on that. They've overdone the flux in this one, but be alright. And last but not least, the internal. Nope. I think we got away with it this time though. It's not burnt off. We sparked that. I can break the connection again, but it didn't do it this time. We got away with it. We were lucky. Anyhow. Show them one bar. Not that anybody's going to see that, because this doesn't have a battery indicator slot, so no one will ever know. I'll put the lid on and give her a chance at charging now. I don't know if these are really old or what's going on with them, but they don't have the little security tab down the screw holes. They usually have to remove, so as well. That arm is a 4 that I just fixed. This one's a 3. You don't see them. They're limited use, I suppose. Oh, this is an old one. This is the simple one. This is either an old one or a knockoff. I think it's just an old one, you know. No, we get it out of the pack here. Could be an old one, just. Yeah. See, it's not as well made as the 4 amp, you see. There's no coverage in the bottom of the batteries. And you see, even though there's a little bit of rubber on there, the bottom of the cells are starting to get marked. That I never like to see that. So we'll just continue with the usual voltage check. Get these things off first, because I suppose they're supposed to be protect this, but I don't think they're protected by this bit of paper. Let's check the voltage of this, starting at the top here. 1.97, and I'm going to write that on the cells here to give us a point of reference. Yeah. Hold on, I'm the right way around, am it? No, I was the wrong way around there. 1.75. 1.75. Yeah, so right way around here. 2.11. 2.11. What do I see? Try to get the right way around, try and get a connection. And the connection here is difficult. 3.57. 3.57. And get the right way around. We better corrosion, it's hard to get a connection. 3.59, there we are. 3.59. So that's the voltages of the banks of cells. And to explain what all this means, they're so out of whack with each other. These two are pretty close, they would be okay. The rest of them are all exceedingly low, and I wouldn't be wild surprised, because this is only like a very, very basic board that's in this. I don't know if I have one of these wee small boards like that. It's a very basic board, and it doesn't show a whole lot of battery management across the pack. It's only connected to the positive and the negative terminals, and it's got the overheat shutdown. That's all it's got going for it. That's not very good. They only had them in the very old batteries and the knockoff ones, you know. It's a bad job, because you get nothing transmitted really to the tool or the charger to let you know what the condition of all the cells are. That's only getting you a reading of really across the pack what we have. So it's not a bit wonder this fell out of whack so badly. Hopefully when we put it back into whack, it goes. So we'll try that. We'll try bringing up. I suppose we'll try bringing up these three together to see how that goes. So here we are. It's very important to get the polarity right. This is the negative side here, negative, and that's the positive. We're putting that on there. This battery is ancient, and it's probably not even wise to recover it, but you know, conventional wisdom would say no, but I've never been accused of being conventional or wise, so I'll disregard all that. So what I'm going to do is put magnets on, and you need to be careful. I nearly cross connected these two. I didn't want to do that now, so I didn't do it, but I didn't want to do it either. It's something you want to avoid. And what we're going to do, I'll just make sure you can sort of see what I'm doing here. I'm going to connect the positive on here, and we're going to connect the negative on here. And what we're doing in this case is we're going to charge those 3 banks of cells, effectively the 3 series. We'll go down to 3S, and we'll maybe try and give her a wee bit more ampage, will we? No, we'll stick with 2.5, see how it goes. Stick with 2.5, see how it goes. We'll hit the button. Right, we've got up to 9.8. So really, over the 3, we want 3.5. So we want 10.5 really. Over the 3 banks of cells, you know. It's coming. It's getting there. So again, we really want this charger to be putting in 11 volts to be near hand the thing, because they'll be putting in more voltage than these cells have to charge them. So that's when we'll switch her off. We'll switch her off at 11. She's been going for about 18 minutes now, so it is taking a considerable amount of time to do this. Yeah. Another exciting news, this is fully charged now. Just give me a little alert. So if we can try and get a voltage off that without disturbing everything. And we've got a full maximum voltage of 20.2. So not only is it fully charged, it's fully balanced. And yeah, I'm calling that one fixed at 4 amp. That's number 2. Right, so here we are. We'll come up to near enough 11 volts. So we'll just stop the B6 charger, move the magnets and all the rest, all the hazards away. Now it's time to check the voltage of the ones we just charged to see if we have a result. You can see the previous, yeah, it's a bit better. It's a bit lower. 3.38. Let's see. We're looking at 3.38. It's a little bit lower. 3.62 for that one. So that one's a little bit higher, but not significantly so. So I think what we'll do is we'll try and charge these 2 banks now. So we'll change that to 3.62. And we'll score that out. So we'll bring these up a little bit more. We'll put the magnets back on. Again, we're relocating the magnets. And it's plus and minus we're going to. So we're going here and actually here. Need to make sure no cross connection happens, because they're both on the same side this time. So with these connected on and not interfering with each other, for want of a better terminology. So we need to change the settings again. We need to go down to 2S, because we're only charging 2 banks of cells, 2 series. And we'll press the button. Again, we'll lever a wee while to see if she comes on up. Right, I'm going to try taking this off again here, stopping it and everything else, then checking the voltage. Okay, let's go. Get the voltage right here now. 3.63, and let's see, 3.63. We overshot somewhat with the 3 that we've recharged. You know, 3.63 there. These ones are a little bit low, but I don't think in an old battery like this, and the time that I'm going to spend bringing those other 2 cells up to the same, I just don't think it's worth it. You have to pick your battles in this game, you know. Some battles are worth fighting, some battles are just not. The next thing we need to try is putting this and putting it together, putting the charger, see if we have something that's functional at the very, very least. Right. Next step is to tighten the charger. Here we go. No. Again, it needs a board. I'll need to replace the board and that, so that's a job for another day, because I haven't got the right board and my vast array of quality knockoff nonsense. Needs PCB, so that'll remind me. So that's 2 down. I could fix that if I had the right board, but yeah, you get the picture. So we'll have to order one for that. And we're going to go to number 3 now, which is number 8. And if you recall, what do I say, I'll just not jump the gun, that's at 12.92 volts. And it's also a 3 ampere, so it might be the same problem. And like I say, you got to pick your battles in these sort of things. I could do a full marathon, but you know, well, listen, this hasn't been opened before. That's one good thing. This has still got the wee white tab down the centre. I'm glad I get a chance to show you this, because this is in 99% of them, unless they've been tampered with before, they're knockoffs or something. They usually have. And even some of the knockoffs, I think, have that little tab. It doesn't really prove anything. What I used to remove this white tab is a screwdriver like this. Put a wee screw on, any kind of screw, a wee wood screw or anything. Get a pair of pliers, pull that out. That little tab is to like a security thing. That's Makita knows if their battery's been opened before. So if you send that back to for warranty, no white tab, they know somebody's been in there. So anyway, same thing. Slightly different setup. That's a newer version of the same thing. There's balancers and that. It's actually something I probably could put the newer board on, the one with the indicator on it. So we'll see. We'll take it out, do the mandatory voltage check first, see where we're at. Again, no protection at the bottom of the battery, which I never like to see, and they're been marked down by themselves. You get that commonly with knockoffs. Again, these are, there's a bit of stuff on the side of this to protect me. I feel so protected. Again, insulation off, it's test time. 3.21, 3.25, 3.20, 3.23. It's this bank of cells here that's faulty, so that needs cell replacement. So I need 2 of 1500 milliamp cells, which I also don't have in stock at the minute. Yeah, I will have to come back to this one. So I'll put a wee mark on, I'll put it back together. I'll say it needs 2 cells, and that'll let me know when I've even marked it on the side, so I know which one's there. We'll have to have a little look around sometime to see if we can knock up a couple of 3 amp cells that are still in good enough resistance. If you want to take a look at my channel, you'll see I have actually replaced cells in these before. It can be done. It's not real rocket science, but you know, it's something I may have to come back to. So this needs cells, this needs a PCB. This got a PCB. This number 2 here. So 1 out of 3 ain't bad, but them 3 are fixable. Like I say, in this game you gotta pick your battles. There's probably 5 other batteries, and some of them are recoverable, but you know, not for this morning. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and check out my channel for all my other videos.